Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I am Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. This one's a discovery because it's Compass Box. It was a gift, by the way, from Nathan Huey. Of course it was. Whiskey Psalm, all around insanely generous human being, and I love Compass Box. This one's weird, and I have a admission? Oh man, this just keeps going. Okay, whatever. There it is. This is Compass Box Transatlanticism. I started looking up to figure out what this bottle was. It's a they call it a bespoke release, which is like it's a one-off collaboration, right? So this is probably closer to what's that badass whiskey bar in Chicago? My mind just went completely blank. Oh, I'm gonna get crucified on this channel for forgetting one of the most famous whiskey bars in all of North America. And Compass Box did a partnering with them. Son of a... Anyway, okay. Anyway, they partnered with two whiskey industry people with their own followings and their own communities to create this blend. And they called it Transatlanticism. Now, the reason I was like, I have an admission. When we first started this YouTube channel, I didn't realize that there was a whole community of whiskey YouTubers. I legitimately didn't. And that is not bragging, that is embarrassing. I started the YouTube channel alone to try to promote the Whiskey Marketing School. And then we started the channel, and then it started growing, and then Rex joined, and then it started growing more. And I discovered there were already a dozen plus YouTube channels like Ralphie, Scotch Test Dummies weren't there yet. They were close. But no, they were around the same time. Yeah, anyway, they were before us. There was a handful of people already existing, already doing cool shit. And I sort of stumbled into it and then was like, I'm doing cool things. And I looked around and I was like, oh, I'm one of many people doing this thing that we think is cool. Oh, it's a community. And as I got into the whiskey industry over and over and over, I keep finding some brand partnership or some launch or in some magazine, this whiskey personality that I had no idea even existed. And then I look into them and find out that they have a whole world and they have their own influence and they're very cool and they're doing interesting things. They have a whole community and a whole following. And I feel like I haven't been paying attention to the industry that I work in. And it feels a little bit like showing up to class and missing all of the, not knowing there's a pop quiz and you're totally hadn't studied anything. And I'm like, what am I doing here? These are all people who know what they're doing and they're big enough that Compass Box did a blend with them. I've never heard of any of them. That is, what am I even doing with my life? And the answer is I've got two boys and, split cities with my wife and I. My life's complicated is the answer. But the two guys involved in this were Jay, who's better known on the internet as Take, T-8-K-E, Take, and Will Schragus, and I'm probably mispronouncing his name, Schragus? I don't know. Anyway, Take in 2015 started writing about the spirits on his own website. This is the same year, 92315, that the Whiskey School started. So the same year we started the Whiskey Marketing School, he started his own website reviewing spirits. And then it got acquired, and then from 2020 to 2025, he was the co-founder of Bottle Raiders, which I have heard of, and then he exited, and then he's now the whiskey maker for Providence Bourbon, which is a whole other thing I actually talked about and I know about on I think I did a review on the Providence Bourbon, the Reveries, and so he's living his own life. He's writing reviews. He's doing cool shit. He's part of the Aficionados Group, founder, and And I don't know why I'm only just now hearing about him, and I feel like that's my bad. Will Schrager, same thing. Whole career in the food and beverage industry. He's a part of Wellspun, which is like a consulting, branding, collaboration, marketing team, worked specifically in the spirits industry. The two of them together worked with James Saxon when he was there at Compass Box to create Transatlanticism. And we're like 6 minutes in and haven't even given you tasting notes, and I'm fully aware of that. But if this was just a bare bones review channel, you wouldn't be here. You all know what you're getting into, right? Okay. I like the nose on this already. It's a little... Part of the reason I haven't said anything about the whiskey is I'm having a hard time cracking through what feels like... You know how... This is weird. You know how creme brulee has that crusty top and you crack it with a spoon and then you can get down into the creme brulee? Nose-wise, it feels like this whiskey in the glass has this like layer on the top that there's probably more behind, but it's holding things back as opposed to just like simplicity. It feels like this lid's being held on the whiskey and I'm trying to crack through it and haven't been able to get really, really specific notes out of it. I'm just getting the big dominating obvious things like vanilla, slight floral, a little bit waxy, like candle wax, a little bit pear. But I feel like there's, ooh, hang on. I feel like there's more there. Almost a pineapple note. But I'm not getting to it. So let's try the palate. I don't know what they were going for with this blend. Usually in Compass Box, you have a very clear idea of what they were shooting for. This one, their goal was, let's work together with some cool whiskey people. Which, hey, I'm all for that. But I'm not, I like the graphic. I don't know what it means, though. Anyway. On the back, they say, designed to be loud, structured, woody, and full of fruit, honeyed with a sense of balance. All right. They say it blends the new world, blending in its own bold terms, and the revered treasures of Scotch. I don't know. Maybe. Wow, it sounds like a real jerk move. I didn't mean that. I'm just saying, I don't really know what that means. It smells like really good Scotch. It's delicious. I mean, if you... I don't have it in here. If you poured this for me and told me this was a way more wooden and bold version of Orchard House, I would buy it like that. Like, if you took Orchard House and tamed the fruit slightly and then turned up the tannins and the drama. So if you like Orchard House, you're going to freaking love this bottle. If you like an American, brasher version of Orchard House, I'm still getting that super juicy fruit wax note on the nose. It's still being held tight, though. It's like it's playing it tight to the vest. It's almost, wow, this is going to sound super douchey, and I'm going to say it anyway. You know when you meet someone who's being like real, like in your face and but it's because they're compensating for something, and as soon as you crack through it, there's like a real genuine human being behind there, but they're just afraid of being vulnerable. I feel like this whiskey is presenting with like, yeah, I'm drama and then, but like behind there, there's something real and tender and beautiful that it's trying to like, it's afraid to let people in. It's just kind of holding itself, it's playing its cards close to its vest. Look, I know what it sounds like. I already told you. You don't have to say it. The blend is on the back of the bottle, which I always love. I'm going to add a little water to this just to see what happens. It is 57.1%. Just a little water. Okay, so here's what's in the bottle. Spice Tree, 22%, 23.3%. Man, I really need my glasses, but I didn't bring them up here. I need to keep some in here. Linkwood, okay. Muscatel, So the first one is the Spice Tree Blend, I'm guessing. And then first fill Muscatel seasoned STR Barrique casks. 35% of that is Muscatel. Man, no wonder you're getting that super dense sweetness. And then 2 versions of Kleinlich. There's your wax. Adding up to roughly 26%-ish. Vinsanto cask and bourbon barrel. And then finally, Milton Duff for 15-ish%. Yeah, I think Kleinlich and that Muscatel are really dominating. And I think you're getting a rounded out accent on the palate from the Spice Tree, and that Milton Duff is sort of like filling in the open spaces like a caulking. On the nose, it gets sweeter, more desserty, and less tannic, more fruity, with a little bit of water. Oh man, on the palate, it just turns into spicy buttercream. This is a delicious whiskey. I would be proud to have released a whiskey like this. It's really well blended, it's well put together, it's got that super delicate balance. Right out of the glass though, it still feels a little bit like this beautiful, delicate cut glass crystal project posturing a little bit like, oh, come on. But it's like, come on, we know. Back behind that bravado, you're just a softie. But it's beautiful. And if this is an example, I feel like Saxon always had this marker for me where everything I tasted from him was this sort of like really beautifully balanced, delicate. Every time I drank one of Saxon's blends, I pictured either cut crystal or one of those intricate Japanese paper cuttings. It's just so intricate and delicate and held so lightly. I feel like what Jay and Will brought was a little bit of the taking that and adding some drama. And I'm here for it. Cheers to you. I hope it's helpful. I'm really glad you're here. For the YouTube channel, that's a tough exterior with a heart of gold. Like and subscribe.